I'm Rob Legg. I'm a medical doctor in clinical genetics here at Addenbrooke's, but also working with Professor Faruqi in the genetics of obesity study. I'm here to talk to you today about a project that is still really in its infancy, so we're just starting out, to give you an idea of what we're going to be doing. So the most common set of patients I see as a clinical geneticist are children with learning disability, and a significant proportion of them also have obesity. And actually that relationship goes the other way around. A lot of children with severe obesity, about 1 in 4 of them also have some form of learning disability. And this has quite a profound impact on their health, on their development in their education, and their sort of lifelong prospects, things like living independently, etc. And so what I'm proposing to do is to, in the longer term, is to find treatments for these children that help to improve those prospects, because currently their options are incredibly limited / unavailable. And so to do that, what we need to do is understand a little bit better what the underlying cause is. Now, people with severe obesity, it's typically a problem of a part of the brain called the hypothalamus, which you've just been hearing about from Sheridan. And so this is a part of the brain, sort of sits just behind the eyes and nose, and what it does is it receives all these inputs from within your body and from your environment as well. So this is temperature, what time of day it is, how much energy you've got in your body, what your hormones are doing, etc. And what it does is it coordinates all of those inputs and works out basically what you're going to do next. How are you going to respond to all of these inputs? Are you going to sleep? Are you going to eat, etc. And so for those of you who have seen Inside Out, it's a little bit like that. So you actually have different parts of your hypothalamus giving you different behaviors and different responses. So you might have one part of your hypothalamus telling you you're hungry and you need to eat, one part sort of showing that you need to learn something or memorize something, sleep, anxiety, other parts of your mood or your behavior or your emotions, and your hypothalamus puts this all together and works out what to do. And so what I propose to do is to understand how this is being affected in these children, given that we know that a lot of children with severe obesity have faults in genes to do with how their hypothalamus works. We're going to be finding new treatments by understanding information from about 2,000 children with severe obesity and learning disability. So firstly, we're going to be looking for faults in genes that are involved in the way that the hypothalamus develops, because we think that's why it particularly affects children from a young age. Now, this is quite tricky because we all have lots of changes in our genes, and the vast majority of them don't cause you any health problems or any severe health problems. So it's a little bit like finding a needle in a haystack, but we've got a lot of data to work with. We're then going to be looking and seeing how those faults in those genes affect how those genes work in cells. And then looking at our patients as well. So what are those genes doing, not only in the cells, but in the patient as a whole, and particularly in the way that the brain develops for our patients. And by doing that, hopefully putting all of those aspects together, we'll be able to provide targeted treatments for our patients in the form of things like gene therapy, which you've probably been hearing increasingly more about. And with gene therapy, we may be able to restore the function of a gene, or in some other way repair the damage that's been done during development to the hypothalamus, and therefore improve these patients' prospects in the long-term future. Thank you very much.